Hello everybody and welcome to this Verbling class. My name is Teacher Amy and today's class is a speaking class. We're going to use a blog post about happy, healthy, successful people and talk about our tips for how to have a happy or successful life. What do you think is an important thing to do? What are your tips? What are the things that cheer you up when you're down? How do you keep positive and make the most of the moments that you have? So it's a great blog post actually. It's very long, so there's not a lot of chance of us getting through the whole thing, but you're very welcome to read the rest yourself. And it's a great way to talk about some positive stuff. There's a lot of negative things going on at the moment, and we can't really avoid that if you switch on the news. So let's spend an hour thinking of stuff that makes us smile. So if you have booked a slot, come along in now. And while we're waiting, I'm just going to share a link or two with you. If you've never checked out the Verbling teacher page, then you might want to do that, because you can find out more about all of the Verbling teachers if you head over to their teacher page. And you can watch videos, the introductory video, but also class excerpts, and you can see when they're free if you'd like to attend one of their classes, or book a tutoring session, which is a one-on-one slot with them, or one of our new tandem sessions. That's when you can share your class with another student to get a better price. And what else is there? You can write us a message. If you're still struggling with something or you can't find the answer to a question, just write to us and we will get back to you. Okay, so let's see who we've got this morning or this evening, wherever you may be, to talk about happiness and success. So let's say first of all hello to Natasha. How are you this morning, Natasha, or this evening?
Hello, thank you for asking. I'm pretty fine. I have had a nice day today because I can do everything what was planned by me, by myself, and maybe that's all. Thank you. What about you?
I'm great, thank you, Natasha. I'm glad to hear that you've had a good day. Natasha, if you had to give me one tip, your best tip for how to be happier or more successful, what would you say?
Wow, it's really a philosophic question, but maybe first of all, people have to be motivated. I mean that when we have something, our big idea or something goal, and we can reach it, we after that we might feel really very big happiness. And yes, and also maybe what else? Maybe we wow. Yes, maybe we have to be happy. Only in this case we can be happy, and we can feeling them. This I mean.
So just be happy, Natasha. Make it a point to feel happy, and then it's like the other way round. Very great, awesome point. Let's put it in capitals. I'm going to write some of these ideas in the chat box, so if you'd like to have a look at those and get inspired, then feel free. Great start. Thank you so much, Natasha, and welcome to the class.
Thank you.
We've also got Tommaso.
Tommaso, hi.
Tommaso, hello. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, Tommaso?
I'm very well. I'm from Italy. I'm
awesome.
I'm originally from Tuscany, but right now I'm living in Turin, in the north.
Okay. Well, it's lovely to meet you. And tell me a little bit about yourself. Why are you studying English?
For a lot of reasons. I love traveling, so I need to. I like to speak with people when I'm traveling. Moreover, I need English at work, so I also want to improve for my work. And I also enjoy a lot to see English movie in English. And for this, you have to be able to understand English. But English, right? English is the global languages, and if you want to enjoy our times, you have to be able to speak with everybody.
Yeah.
So English is the instrument for that.
Okay.
And it's very fun. I also enjoy studying English. It's something that makes me have fun, great fun, especially when I have to speak with people in English. It's something, yes, that make me happy. Yes.
Wonderful. There you go. Tommaso, we can add it onto our list. Speak English. Automatic happiness. Maybe it's to do with what Natasha was saying and the fact that you're kind of achieving one of your goals as you speak more, Tommaso. What do you think?
Yes, yes, yes. This is probably something that give you, you know, satisfaction if you can see your improvement, make you
Yeah.
happy. But also, if you don't see a lot of improvement, you don't have to be disappointed. It doesn't matter. More or later, so if you put effort, the improvement will arrive.
Sooner
This
or
is
later.
also sooner or later. And for me, in order to be happy and I don't know successful, but in order to be happy, that for sure you don't have to think too much in what other people thought about you. You have to be yourself.
Okay, good tip. So don't worry about what other people think of you. Can I put that down? Awesome. Thank you, Tommaso. It was really lovely to meet you.
You're welcome.
Great point. All right, who else do we have? Ksenia, how are you today?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Wonderful. We'll go straight to the point, Ksenia. What do you think is a very good way to achieve happiness or success or have a better, healthier life?
I think one of them is finding a good hobby.
Okay. Why did you choose this?
Because maybe sometimes you can feel yourself boring.
Bored.
You don't bored, I must say, yes, bored, and your favorite hobby can save you from this.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. What would you say would be your favorite hobby?
I have a few: sports, English, reading, watching.
Watching TV or movies or?
Movies.
Movies. Okay, awesome. So you've spread yourself out over a few different things. What sports are you interested in?
Actually, something like CrossFit, running.
CrossFit, yeah. So personal, sort of athletic type
Improvement.
sports. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Ksenia. That's a really practical one. Find a hobby so that you don't get bored and you feel like you're sort of, I don't know, making progress in a way with something. Awesome. Okay, Jer, hello again. How are you today?
Hello, I am good, thank you.
Wonderful. Have you had a good day?
Yes, it was an amazing day.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. Why was it amazing?
Because today I earned some money with stocks, almost 5%, so I'm very happy.
Wonderful. So you got lucky, kind of?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you, Jer. So apart from earning money in stocks, which is not exactly within your control, I mean, once you put the money in, that's in your control, but you're not really in control of whether it goes up or down. What would you say is a good tip for happiness, success, health?
I think a good tip for happiness is you find your purpose for your life, for instance.
Okay.
And set some short and long-term goals. Okay. And
anything else? Are you still there, Jer?
Yes, I'm here.
Wonderful. Can you hear me? Yep.
Yes, now I can. Yes, I was saying that find a balance in life is very important as well. Not work so much, not spend a lot of time just in your development, have a time for your family and to enjoy your friends, your relatives, travel when you have the opportunity and money, enjoy the nature, yes, and not compare yourself with others, because there are always people better and worse than you, so the focus should be in you, not in others, because if you advance and learn and develop yourself day by day, you become better and you reach success and you become probably very happy in life.
Wonderful. Wow, that was a treasure trove of tips, Jeff. Thank you. Good to have you. Welcome. Let's also ask Carlos. How are you today, Carlos?
Hi, Amy. I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. So, Carlos, tell us, what is your perspective on all of this? Do you have any tips that you use to cheer yourself up or make yourself healthier or more successful?
Well, I don't have the recipe for success, but for happiness or to be a bit more healthy, I would say that you don't have to worry about material things, or at least you don't have to worry much about them. And also to have a good social life, to enjoy your time with your friends and family, and to be aware of what you have around you.
Wonderful. Those are all great things. I've just noticed that I'm just going to have a pause for a second and talk quickly about a tiny grammar point, because this is a bit strange in English, and a couple of you have already said this morning. So, if you think about the way of saying obligation when we use have to, if you say I have to do something, what you're saying is that you have an obligation to do something, and usually it comes from somebody else, so it's not something from within yourself, but from outside somewhere, like your boss says that you have to be on time to work, or something like that. However, the opposite of having to do something in the sense that we're talking about today is not actually don't have to. Don't have to simply means that you don't have an obligation to do something. So for example, on Sundays, I don't have to get up early because there's no work, so I can stay in bed all day if I like. But if you're talking about not wanting to do something, or in the sense that you were just talking about, Carlos, better to say shouldn't or mustn't. So you shouldn't worry about what people think of you, or you shouldn't compare yourself with others, instead of don't have to, okay? Because if you say I don't have to, it's like you don't have an obligation to compare yourself with others, which doesn't sound quite right. Yeah. So just keep that one in mind. And thank you for your points, Carlos.
You're welcome.
All right, Anna. Hello.
Hello, Amy.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm just tired.
Have you had a busy week? How was the conference? Did you go again today?
Yes, I went there in college, studying, taking classes, and so forth. All day long.
So you're tired after your busy day?
Yes.
All right. Well, Anna, if you can spare a little bit more energy, could you share something with us that you find useful to keep yourself on the right track?
Of course I can. I can spare more energy. I'm here for that. Well, in order to achieve success, you have to keep going. If you find an obstacle in your way, and you should never allow people to prevent you from your goal, because some people will try to do that, and you cannot stop because of people. You know, you have to be persistent, and you have to do your best. When you try to do something, you have to do the best you can. You have to get the best out of yourself. And in order to be happy, um, first of all, we have to accept that no one is going to be happy all the time. It's impossible, but you have to be grateful for everything that you have, you know, for things that you want, for your family, for your health, and so forth. And when you feel sad, you have to do something beautiful from your sadness, like write a poem or something like that. And this way you can get it off your chest and and do something beautiful. That's my
Wow.
opinion.
Thank you, Anna. I love that last one that you mentioned. Do something beautiful from your sadness. That's absolutely awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I've noticed that Mishi has just arrived, so hello to you.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Amy?
I'm good, thank you. Mishi, today we've just been talking about tips for happiness or success. Is there anything that you can think of that you'd like to share with us, a tip from your life?
Yes, what I have experienced and observed in my life, that the only philosophy of happiness is that you need to expect very less from others. If you are going to expect more from others, sorry?
Keep going, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're going to expect too much from others, and they are not good, because even everyone is human being, so they don't know what you are expecting from them, and you have a standard. You always have a standard for others, that how they are going to fulfill your expectations. And if they are not able and unable to do what you are expecting from them, you get upset about it. So the only thing is that you should not expect much from others. You should have an attitude of doing everything by yourself. So as much as you'll be dependent on yourself, you'll be happy. If you'll be dependent on others, you'll be expecting from others, then you will never be happy in life. One more thing that I feel that is the philosophy of happiness is that you should be able to let go of you should not carry on grudges in your life. If you are going to carry on grudges in your life, you will never be happy, because once like whatever has happened to you, if somebody has done something bad, if you keep that thing in your heart and if you want to take revenge, so your whole life will go into it. You may be able to take revenge, you may not be able to take revenge. That's another story. But you will never experience any kind of happiness, because throughout the time, that feeling of revenge has occupied your heart so much that you will never be able to experience any happiness in your life. So that are the two things which I feel are very important to have happiness in life.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Mishi. Yeah, so I like the one that you mentioned at the beginning about trying to lower your expectations, because I often find that this is something that I struggle with. And I get really disappointed if somebody doesn't live up to what I was hoping for, or something doesn't turn out the way I was hoping for. But I've noticed that if you try not to let that bother you and look for what actually has turned out positive, it's very helpful. So thank you, Mishi. Awesome. Okay. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to have a look at this article. I'm going to give you the link, and there's lots and lots and lots of different points on here. So what I'd like you to do is I'm going to give you about 10 minutes, or maybe slightly less, just to have a look at the article, and have a look, flick through. There are 50 different points, and what I want you to do is to find 1 or 2 points that really resonate with you, that you think, wow, that's a cool idea I haven't thought of before. I want to implement that. Or maybe it's something you think, wow, yeah, that is true because I've done this and it really did help me. And you can think of maybe a personal example of how this point improved your life. So take your time, just have a read through them. And when you've chosen one or two, we're going to come back to the class and then just present the point. So it's whatever you've chosen for whatever reason, you can explain the point to us and then tell us why you have chosen that point. So if you can have a few backup ones so that we don't repeat too many times, because there are 50, there's quite a few to go around. They're quite specific, so even if you choose one that reminds you of something else, maybe it's not the point exactly, but it's something related to something you've experienced, that's also fine. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to share my screen so you can see the article that we're talking about, and in about, well, 8 to 10 minutes we'll come back, and I'd like you to focus on giving your best summary, so try to be as succinct as you can. And try to explain using the best vocab that you can, and we'll have about 3-4 minutes to give your little presentation. So bear that in mind, and we'll meet back again shortly. I'll share the link in the other chat box as well. There we go. So if you still can't see it, please let me know. Everybody should be able to access it now. Few more minutes, everybody. All right, one more minute and then we're going to start. So if you're ready, you can go first.
Hello, I'm ready.
Okay, in that case, let's get going, and you can go first, Lucy.
Okay. So I will start with the first thing that we must meditate daily.
Okay.
In,
Can you tell me
early in the morning? That I don't remember. I think third or fourth.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay. Great. And I'll have
Yeah,
a look
some of the initial ones. Yeah, number 2. So pray or meditate morning, midday, and night. I strongly agree with this thing, and I recommend that this is one very essential key for happiness. The reason being that you know, you get connected to a superior being, and you feel that, you know, believing into a superior being generates hope, because in daily life, in the mundane of daily life, you tend to get hopeless. So this connection with the superior being gives you hope, and that kinds of creates happiness inside you. And at the end, you feel that this worldly things, whatever is happening, if it is happening bad to me, if I'm doing something good, and that I'm connected with the superior, he is there who is going to help me out whatever happens to me. I'm not alone. And that feeling that somebody is there with you in your troubles, in your times of problems, that gives you kinds of happiness and satisfaction. The second thing that I would like to say that, yeah, say no to people, obligation, promises that you really are not interested in, or you feel that they are actually burden to you, because such people creates nothing but negativeness in your life. If you can't say no to them completely, at least ignore them, because otherwise you are going to own your life. What, like, whatever they have to say, whatever they have to do, if you'll keep on following whatever they are saying, if you keep on listening on whatever they are saying, it is going to create a kind of negativeness in you. You will not remain positive. So that negativity that will be created inside you is going to create a void. You will not be able to do any of your tasks. At the end of the day, you will feel a kind of, emptiness inside you. You will feel upset. You will feel down and dull and gloomy. So, you should avoid such people. Or if you can't avoid them completely, ignore them. That's the best thing. Yeah, just ignore them, because you can't, with some people you can't avoid, but you can ignore easily. You just listen from one ear and take out from the other. That's all. And don't take obligations on yourself which are not actually meant for you. Don't take unnecessary things onto yourself. Unnecessary. Try to delegate things. Try to distribute your work. Try to distribute your responsibilities. If you are going to take everything on yourself, at the end of the day, you will be exhausted, and you will feel that, oh my God, I am the only one who is doing everything and no other person is. That comes again with expectation. You are expecting too much. That person should come to you, say, oh, please give me this work, and you don't do this. Don't expect this kind of formalities from others. You feel that, okay, this is what I have to do, I'm going to do this much, this is the responsibility of the other person, they will do it. Don't take unnecessary obligations on you, and don't make promises that you are not able to fulfill. Think about your capacity. You should be able to judge your capacity with honesty, and then you should make promises according to that. You should not make promises quite overly with people, and sometimes with friends and family. You feel that you don't have much time, but because you come under pressure, and then you say, okay, yes, I'll do that, and at the end of the day you are not able to do it, then you'll feel kind of guilty.
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
one thing that you should not put onto yourself unnecessarily.
Thank you, Mishi.
Yeah.
We're going to have to move on to the next student. We'll come back to you if we have time at the end.
Sure.
But thank you. And just a note, don't take unnecessary things on. You don't need to say to yourself, okay?
Okay.
Great. Thank you for a great start. I must admit, number 16 was one that definitely resonated with me too. So thanks for the great start. Who would like to go next?
May I? Sorry, Anna.
Jinx. Okay, let's go for Natasha, and then we'll go to Anna. So off you go, Natasha.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I would like to say about, if I'm not mistaken, about 17 points. It's about grateful. I strongly believe that when the people feel grateful, it helps us to be more helpful, healthier, because in this case we give people who surround us our great mood. We give them our smile, and they answer it us the same way. And in this case, we can feel that really there are a lot of good people in this world, and you are not alone. So I agree this point of view that when we smile at and when we say thank you for everything what we have in this life, it helps us to be even more strong, and we can make a lot of in our life, and maybe achieve our goals in this life as well, because we believe themselves and believe people who are around us. And also, I really like, maybe if I am not mistaken, it's about friend. Yes, it's 29 point that we should have friends who are really inspired us. But I can't say that we should have, for example, only five friends or something like. Yes, it can be one or two or even more friends, but I think that the main idea that these people should be like, I don't know, like the same soul on the one hand, and on the other hand, I mean that we always try to have people nearest us who give who may and can give us something good. I mean a good idea. I mean a good mood, or maybe we can speak with them about everything in our life, and we sure that they support us. It's really very important. And I want to add that in this case, it doesn't matter who is it. Your friend with your childhood, or your husband, or your wife, or your children, because sometimes our members of our family, and it's really very good situation, are our friends. And in this case, we can be sure that they help us everything in different situations of our life. It's really very
Thank you,
important.
Natasha. Wonderful. That was a great one too. And this is maybe something I really didn't think about. Who do I spend the most time with? Who are those five people? And who are my greatest friends, and what type of people are they? So awesome. Thank you so much, Natasha. If I am not mistaken, okay?
Okay, I
Just
see.
a little tip. All right, Anna, your turn.
Okay. And number 4, I write poems in English and in Portuguese just to get things off my chest, and I enjoy doing that. Okay. It was about what I was saying before. And number 6, I have a bucket list. I bought my house. I had children. I got married. I am almost able to speak English fluently. It was on my bucket list. I didn't buy a parrot yet, and I didn't teach my parrot to say, help me, help me. I was turned into a parrot, but I want to do that.
Anna, I haven't bought my parrot yet. I haven't bought my parrot
I
yet.
haven't bought my parrot yet. I haven't gone into a story and asked, what day is today? And then I haven't run away shouting out, yes, my time machine works. But I'm going to do that. And I haven't visited the countries I'd like to. All the countries I'd like to, but I will. Then number 12, um, to be kind to someone. I work in the health field, and I look after a lot of people, and my job is to cure, to relieve, to shield, and so forth. And sometimes people come into the clinic, and they are angry, and then I break them down by being nice with them, because I try to walk a mile on their shoes, and I know that some people have difficult lives, and sometimes during the anamnesis I perceive that that's something that's not related to my field uh, have to be worked on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But it's part of my job. It's not charity. It's an obligation, but it makes me feel good. And finally, number 25. I made I have made this choice to believe that there must be something after death.
Mhm.
And I believe in God. I don't follow any religion because, in my opinion, religions sometimes turn us blind, you know. And instead of raising love, some of them raise hate and prejudice and bias. But I do believe in God and in something after death and a proposal in
Mhm.
life. And it makes me happy as well. And once my mother fell off her horse and he had, she had a near death experience, and I totally believe it. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Anna. So you chose 4 of them and explained all of them really beautifully and gave us some examples. So thank you. Great little presentation. Okay, who is the next volunteer?
Okay, Ksenia.
Okay, Ksenia. Thank you.
Okay, I choose read one book per week. Also, I started this, but unfortunately, I have been reading one book for 2 weeks because I think I don't have enough time. I have time only after all classes. It's about 30 minutes in the night at the night, but by the time I'm so tired that I can't see letters. So I don't have enough time for this, but I'm going read maybe in the future. I'll read one book per week. Then I choose 8. It's my favorite of this all. It's fast from all food and colored beverage, one day and one night. I want to do this, but I'm not sure. I think I can die after that because I can imagine how not to eat all day because every day I need a lot of energy and I don't know. I think I'm going to be very sad and angry that day. Maybe I'll try and we'll see. And the last one that I forgot is about sleeping something. It's go to bed early and rise early. Actually, I go to bed about 1 a.m. and wake up about 10 a.m. so I have enough time for sleep. But I won't do it early because I know that some beauty hormones is appearing between 10 p.m. to 0 p.m. or 0 a.m. something like that, and I miss this time. So I don't want to miss it, but it's also very difficult because, for example, you have your classes only at 11 p.m. to my time.
Oh no, Ksenia, my fault.
Yes, so it's very difficult for me to do all these things, but I hope in the future I'll do it.
Awesome. Yes. So, Ksenia, you've chosen some basically really practical ones. I like that. And the fasting one is interesting. I don't know whether anyone in this class has done fasting before. I never have either. And it does look interesting. One of my friends does it, and she says it's great. But I'm the same as you. I just get so hungry, I think I'd probably be in a bad mood for the entire day. You can say, I think I might die. I think I might die. And we don't say oh for like midnight. We just call it midnight or 12 a.m. if you want to use the number. But we don't really say oh usually. Thank you, Ksenia. Cool. Oh, you'll have to let me know if you manage to change any of these things. They're quite challenging, all of those. All right, next.
May I?
Yeah, yes, you may.
Yes. First, stop consuming caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
I faced the problem with headache for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and when I decided to stop drink coffee,
Yeah.
I fixed the problem and I replaced caffeine for exercise, and
Yep.
I could lose weight. And today I am feeling much better, and I'm not craving anymore for caffeine. Because of that, I am better. The second is the second, pray or meditate. I think it is very important to spend a time
Mm-hmm.
praying or meditate and think about your life, about your day, about what would you like to accomplish this day,
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, in this decade. Because when you stop to think about your life, the purpose, you can plan many things and you can reach for sure.
Yep.
Because the time will pass. It doesn't matter if you plan or not. And
True.
okay. And the next is the four. Write in your journey 5 minutes per day. I think
Mm-hmm.
it is very important to remember ourselves, what is our purpose, what are our goals, and because if you don't program ourselves, something or someone will program for ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe in the end of the day or the week, you are doing something that you wouldn't like, but you didn't plan anything during the week, so because of that, you did something not worthy for your life or for your professional or for
Yep.
your family.
Mm-hmm.
The next is the 11. Uh, do something every day that terrifies you.
Yep.
I like a lot this quote because uh, everybody has some difficulty in certain situation or with someone or in some project. And if you look the whole picture, it's very challenging. But when you separate or when you spend small time and you break the big picture, you can do small thing every single day, and one day you can see the whole picture, and maybe uh, you can you can improve yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can become better in that situation. Like communication, if you are not good, try start doing something every single day, and one day you master the skill of communication.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, that's
Awesome.
that's it for me.
Thank you, Jer. Some of the things you said really stuck out for me. Just a couple of note English points. So you replace caffeine with exercise. Replace something with something else. The preposition is with. Um, and then this point was really interesting. You said if you don't program yourself, then somebody or something else will. So that's something that really hit me because I think, a lot of these self-help things say you should do this and you should do that. And if you don't make time for that, it's not that you just go through life neutral at all. You're right. It's that you end up being influenced by other things that you're not in control of. So really cool point, and thank you for a lovely explanation. All right, who would like to go next?
Can I be me?
Yes, okay, Tommaso, off you go.
Okay, I think the first thing to number 16 to in some way be able to say no to people, because so many time in our life we feel uncomfortable to say no to other people request, especially you think to be not polite, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe you think that you want to please people. So if they said ask something to you, you want to do what they say. And it's important to be able to say not, because sometimes you need to have time for yourself, or simply because sometimes the requests are not good or are absorbed. So this is this is important, that in life people are able to say no. But I would say it's also important how do you say no. It's important that you say no, but in a good way, just to not make people enemy of you. And and just to stay in this part of the, I also choose the number 17. Say thanks. This is an important skill that no, we sometimes think that other people have to do something to us, or that it's important when somebody make you a favor, or is gentle with you, or help you, to be able to thank them properly, and not just in a very quick way. Or this is and when somebody do that with me, it make me feel very positive. So why we don't want that other people also feel in the same way? And also it's nice when you say to somebody, when you thank somebody, maybe the next time you need them help, they are more happy to come and to help you. This is also a point that you have to take that you have to take in consideration. And finally, I chose also the number 14. Get 7 hour of sleep at night, and is a rule that I don't follow always. Yes, I'm normally I slept about 5.5 hours or 6 hours, but this is not good. It's better to have a biggest rest. So in the morning, if you are very energetic during the morning, you can do more think. You can think clearly, and also sleeping properly is very good for your body, for your health. Your brain can completely regenerate, your body can regenerate, so you can be able to afford the day the better.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm finished.
Thank you, Tommaso. All of those points were great. I like it. It's interesting how we've chosen similar points, a lot of us. So some of these must be really, really important. Just a couple of things about helpers, Tommaso. So take into consideration. Take something into consideration. The next time you need their help, not them help, their help.
Okay.
And then how you say no is important, rather than it's important how you say no, okay?
Okay.
But other than that,
Thank
really
you.
beautifully presented. Thank you very much. All right, Carlos.
I'm the last one.
Yes, last but not least.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna go for number 8, for example.
Okay.
Because I've tried it sometimes. In fact, I've done it sometimes, and I must say that it is true, or it's been true for me. You feel really great when you do that, when you stay a whole day without eating anything, or just drinking water or something like that.
Really? Do you not get really, really, really hungry?
Well, yes, you get really, really hungry, but for me, this is part of the process.
Okay.
To be a bit hungry or really hungry. But if you manage to stay 8 or 9 hours without eating at all, the rest of the day is easier, and you start feeling like really light. You feel you can do whatever you want to do, physically, mainly.
Wow. Okay. So you've got a positive personal experience for that for us.
Yes, no doubt. And especially if you've eaten too much the day before, for example. If you've had a barbecue or something like that, you should try it, because I think it is really, really good. In fact, I have a friend who usually does that, but for longer times, 2 or 3 days in a row.
Wow.
Which for me is too much. I couldn't do it. But, well, people say that it is something that is beneficial for you. I don't know. And the next one, or the last one, I would say number 9, which is also something that I've experienced recently. I went to a place last summer where we didn't have internet for a great part of the day.
Yep.
And at first you feel like missing something. You feel like you cannot communicate with people and you don't know what is happening in the world. But at the end of the day, you realize that you've been so quiet and without being disturbed that you realize that it is a good thing.
Yeah.
Without anything at all related to connection or to internet. At least for me.
Okay. Do you do this regularly, Carlos, or was that your first sort of experience of it that you just mentioned?
It was my first one, and it is really, really difficult for me to do that in my daily life.
Yeah.
Really difficult. But if you get to do it, I think it is a good thing for your mind, especially.
Yeah. Awesome. So you chose 2 fasting, so sort of like kind of detoxing kind of ones, Carlos, just to get a break from everything that bombards us, food and also internet. I must say the internet one I should definitely try because I feel like this would really help me. Thank you very much to end it with that one as well. That was lovely. Okay, so I hope that you go away from this class just feeling a little more confident about your English, but also maybe a bit more positive about staying happy and focused, and maybe using some of these tips to improve your life just a tiny bit, even when all of this sad stuff is going on around us. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys. You've got a minute or 2 before the next class. If you'd like to practice your writing, then come and see me again in 2 minutes' time. But if not, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Maybe try and implement one of these points. I'll see you next week and we'll discuss how it went. So take care and see you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
or one of our new tandem sessions. That's when you can share your class with another student to get a better price. And what else is there? You can write us a message. If you're still struggling with something or you can't find the answer to a question, just write to us and we will get back to you. Okay, so let's see who we've got this morning or this evening, wherever you may be, to talk about happiness and success. So let's say, first of all, hello to Natasha. How are you this morning, Natasha, or this evening?
Hello, thank you for asking. I'm pretty fine. I have had a nice day today because I can do everything what was planned by me, by myself, and maybe that's all. Thank you. What about you?
I'm great, thank you, Natasha. I'm glad to hear that you've had a good day. Natasha, if you had to give me one tip, your best tip for how to be happier or more successful, what would you say?
Wow, it's really philosophic question, but maybe first of all, people have to be motivated. I mean that when we have something, our big idea or something goal, and we can reach it, we after that we might feel really very big happiness. And yes, and also maybe what else? Maybe we wow. Yes, maybe we have to be happy. Only in this case we can be happy and we can feel feeling them. This I mean.
So just be happy, Natasha. Make it a point to feel happy, and then it's like the other way round. Very great, awesome point. Let's put it in capitals. I'm going to write some of these ideas in the chat box, so if you'd like to have a look at those and get inspired, then feel free. Great start. Thank you so much, Natasha, and welcome to the class.
Thank you.
We've also got Tommaso.
Tommaso, hi.
Tommaso, hello. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, Tommaso?
I'm very well. I'm from Italy. I'm
awesome.
I'm originally from Tuscany, but right now I'm living in Turin, in the north.
Okay. Well, it's lovely to meet you. And tell me a little bit about yourself. Why are you studying English?
For a lot of reasons. I love traveling, so I need to. I like.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Verbling class. My name is Teacher Amy, and today's class is a speaking class. We're going to use a blog post about happy, healthy, successful people. And talk about our tips for how to have a happy or successful life. What do you think is an important thing to do? What are your tips? What are the things that cheer you up when you're down? How do you keep positive and make the most of the moments that you have? So it's a great blog post, actually. It's very long, so there's not a lot of chance of us getting through the whole thing, but you're very welcome to read the rest yourself. And it's a great way to talk about some positive stuff. There's a lot of negative things going on at the moment, and we can't really avoid that if you switch on the news. So let's spend an hour thinking of stuff that makes us smile. So if you have clicked a slot, come along in now. And while we're waiting, I'm just going to share a link or two with you. If you've never checked out the Verbling teacher page, then you might want to do that, because you can find out more about all of the Verbling teachers if you head over to their teacher page. And you can watch videos, the introductory video, but also class excerpts. And you can see when they're free if you'd like to attend one of their classes or book a tutoring session, which is a one-on-one slot with them.
If you put effort, the improvement will arrive.
Sooner or later.
Sooner or later. And for me, in order to be happy, and I don't know successful, but in order to be happy, that for sure you don't have to think too much in what other people thought about you. You have to be yourself.
Okay, good tip. So don't worry about what other people think of you. Can I put that down? Awesome. Thank you, Tommaso. It was really lovely to meet you.
You're welcome.
Great point. All right, who else do we have? Ksenia, how are you today?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Wonderful. We'll go straight to the point, Ksenia. What do you think is a very good way to achieve happiness or success or have a better, healthier life?
I think one of them is finding a good hobby.
Okay. Why did you choose this?
Because maybe sometimes you can feel yourself boring.
Bored.
You don't bored, I must say, yes, bored, and your favorite hobby can save you from this.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. What would you say would be your favorite hobby?
I have a few: sports, English, reading.
To speak with people when I traveling. Moreover, I need English at work, so
Yeah.
I also want to improve for my work, and I also enjoy a lot to see English movie in English, and for this you have to be able to understand English. But English, right? English is the global languages, and if you want to enjoy our times, you have to be able to speak with everybody. So English is the instrument for that.
Okay.
And it's very fun. I also enjoy studying English. It's something that makes me have fun, great fun, especially when I have to speak with people in English. It's something, yes, that make me happy. Yes.
Wonderful. There you go. Tommaso, we can add it onto our list. Speak English. Automatic happiness. Maybe it's to do with what Natasha was saying and the fact that you're kind of achieving one of your goals as you speak more, Tommaso. What do you think?
Yes. This is probably something that give you, satisfaction if you can see your improvement, make you happy. But also, if you don't see a lot of improvement, you don't have to be disappointed. It doesn't matter. More or later, so